We've talked about if it will be scary. We've talked about who will die. We've talked about what I want to see in this film. So only a couple questions remain. One of them being if it will be lore accurate to the games. And with my research, I can say it's a lot closer to the games than we thought. So without further ado, let's dive in. So for a start, let's set out what we know about the FNaF 2 game. So the game takes place in 1987, which predates the pizzeria from the first game. We play as Jeremy Fitzgerald for the first 6 nights, and then we play as Fitz Smith for night 7. The toy animatronics have facial recognition and advanced mobility, and that they could walk around freely. The music box was made to keep the puppet at bay, and the mask prevents the animatronics, bar a few, from killing you, as they believe that you are one of them. Phone Guy says that the puppet is
always thinking, and it can go anywhere.
The withered animatronics are from the location in 1985, which were going to be retrofitted and used in the FNaF 2 location. Of course, they changed their mind and used the toy animatronics, and the withered animatronics are left in the back. The withereds shouldn't be able to walk around, showing that they are possessed and the spirits control them still. We hear that potential rumors are spreading, which is likely about Save Them, although it's not confirmed. Then we hear that there is an investigation going on, and that the restaurant could shut down. The toys are now acting aggressive towards the staff members, but they interact with the kids just fine. Phone Guy brings up Fredbear's and how they're going to try and contact the original owner, that being Henry, but they don't expect to be able to track him down. We hear that someone used one of the suits, a yellow one, and how none of them are acting right. Which of course implies that the toys are now possessed and William killed them while wearing a yellow suit. On night 6 we get a newspaper with our paycheck. Freddy's is closed down due to a malfunction, which is presumed to be the bite of 87, but again it's not confirmed. And that they kept the original suits in hopes of restoring the company, which is of course for the FNaF 1 location. Fritz continues working in the abandoned restaurant, although it doesn't need protecting, which of course implies that he is Michael Afton and he's just working there just to work there. In the minigames, specifically Save Them, we see William's victims in the FNaF 2 location, specifically 5 bodies, which imply that the toy animatronics are possessed by those kids. Now that is all the major lore from this game. I apologize if any of it is incorrect. I'm not that big into the story of the games, as I tend to stick to the movies. If you look on my channel, it's all movie stuff. And I just have kind of a basic understanding of the general story. But without further ado, let's compare to the movies. So in the movie, it is set in 2001. And of course in the game, it's set in 1987. But it's likely that the pizzeria existed in 1987 in the movie lore. And it does predate the pizzeria from the first movie, as stated by Lizzie.
You're thinking of the franchise location. This is the original.
We have ourselves a night guard who is likely Jeremy Fitzgerald, and then we have Mike stepping in after Jeremy dies, paralleling Jeremy and Fritz in the games. The toy animatronics do have advanced mobility, as seen with Mangle on a car and Toy Bonnie picking up a needle, and many more clips we've seen. It's unclear as of yet if they'll have facial recognition systems, but they likely will. We see the puppet's music box, which is likely keeping her at bay, as she only attacks Lizzie when she winds up the box and frees her. And the mask is quite literally seen in the trailer and used like it is in the game. And we see a clip of Withered Foxy squinting his eyes, as if he's seeing through a disguise. Phone Guy in the game said that the puppet was always thinking. Now this reminds me of how the puppet is haunting Vanessa. Perhaps it has been stuck in the box, thinking about how Vanessa left her to die. I don't know, I'm just throwing out ideas. And the biggest change is that the withered animatronics seem to be from the FNaF 1 location instead of the 1985 location. Of course, this could be wrong, we don't know yet. And there are some inconsistencies with their designs, but it could just be played off as it having damage, I don't know. The withered animatronics aren't meant to move around, but of course in the movie we see them moving around, so they're possessed. We hear in the FNaF 2 movie that rumors spread, which causes the FNaF 2 location to close. Now this reminds me, in the description of the trailer, it says that the legends of the FNaF 1 location turned into an urban legend, which is kinda similar, I suppose. Phone Guy says that there was an investigation going on, which is likely accurate to the movie lore. Because, as Lizzie states,
Some little girl got murdered here.
that would not be public info unless there was an investigation, and I doubt Lizzie has any roots to Fazbear's. The toys are stated to act aggressive towards the staff of the restaurant, but friendly to the kids. In the teaser or trailer, we never see any of the toy animatronics harming any kids. it's always adults. And furthermore, in a script play that we got for the 10-year anniversary, features Toy Chica being nice to Abby, but aggressive to Vanessa. Phone Guy talked about contacting Henry Emily, and while there's no definitive proof he will be in the movie, I mean, come on, he's gonna be in the film. Some little girl got murdered here, why not bring up the other kids? Why bring up Charlie Emily specifically? Which indirectly confirms Henry Emily. So I could see a plotline where they try and contact Henry to calm down the toy animatronics, or maybe he had a hand in FazFest, I'm not sure. We heard that a man wore a yellow suit and now none of them are acting right. This is quite literally shown in the trailer. We see William wearing a yellow suit and sneaking around in the background. And this girl holds another kid, so there's likely more than just the girl that Lizzie mentioned. On night 6, we see a newspaper with the restaurant shutting down, and them wanting to make a new restaurant. Of course, this happened in the movies, because the first movie pizzeria exists, and the second movie's pizzeria is long abandoned, way more than the first movies. And it's stated that they'll keep the Withered animatronics in hope of restoring the franchise. Now, I don't know if they'll keep this, it's already confusing with the Withered animatronics being at the FNaF 2 location, but they were in the FNaF 1 location in the first. It's confusing. Fritz continues working in the FNaF 2 location in the games, even when the place is abandoned, just like how Mike is working in the abandoned FNaF 2 location in the trailer. And finally, we know that there are 5 dead bodies. They're likely sticking to this. We can see at least 2 children dying in the trailer, and that is all the general lore. So as you can see, it does seem pretty lore accurate, as much as it can be at least. Of course, there's going to be some liberties taken by the filmmakers. So in conclusion, yes, I think it will be lore accurate, but it will take some liberties, such as like the Faz Stalker, which never existed in the games, the animatronics wandering outside, that never happened in the games, and a bunch more. But that's it for this video. Thank you for watching, and this has been that one FNaF guy, signing off.